Please put your hands together as we welcome to the stage the master of the vessel, Captain John Scott.
So I reckon they either paid you a lot or they gave you a lot of alcohol. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Nordam. Been a bit of a bumpy start, but it's getting better. You can actually, all of you who are on board now can say you've been in a hurricane at sea. A hurricane at sea starts at 64 knots of wind, and we got to 64.4 this afternoon. So you can say you've been in a hurricane at sea. And we're now sort of past Eddystone Point, which is sort of back over on the starboard quarter, and we're slowly converging with the coast of Tasmania, and it's getting calmer all the time. But it wasn't really rough today anyway. But we came across Bass Strait, and tomorrow we're in Hobart, a very pretty city. Where we docked is down in the old commercial docks. The area has been beautifully restored, so if you're not going on a tour, it's a nice easy amble down to the restaurants, lots of fish restaurants, Salamanca Square, other fish restaurants all around that area. This is a bit of a foodie place now. And then once we've been at Hobart, we're off across the Tasman. The wind is going to be on the starboard side or astern of us pretty much all the way across. Then to the Milford Sounds. We'll be there at 6:40 in the morning, and into the Milford Sound, drop off a tour. Mitre Peak will hopefully be visible on it'll be on the starboard side just as we're dropping off the tour, and then we turn around and be on the port side. Out of there, down the coast, Dusky Sound, Doubtful Sound, then round through Fogo Strait between Stewart Island at the bottom and South Island. South Island is referred to that as the mainland, and the North Island is the Northern Island, but most of us talk of the North Island and the South Island. And then round to Port Chalmers, we'll be there at 8 o'clock in the morning. We were going to be there at 9, but I thought it's such a lovely little place, we'll go an hour early. So we've got an extra hour in Port Chalmers. Port Chalmers is the port city for Dunedin. Dunedin is where the Scottish settled. In fact, if you go a little bit inland to Matara, people still have a soft Scottish accent, they roll their R's. So it's sort of a very pretty place. And if those of you who are not going on a tour tomorrow on Port Chalmers, if you walk out through the terminal into town, you'll see some model ships, and there's 2 cargo ships. They came from the Maritime Museum, which is just up the road. I was an apprentice on both of those ships, so it's a bit funny to think of the fact that the ships you sailed on are now museum pieces. To Chris, even though he is Australian. And, now I'd like to introduce the man who runs the largest department, Mark Pells, the hotel director. Some 700 of our 800 crew report directly or indirectly to Mark. Now the most popular officer, the executive chef. He gets the largest round of applause. Adam Lockwood, our executive chef, he hails from the UK. And every month the staff officers get together and we select one employee who's just been that little bit more outstanding than all the other 800 employees on the ship. This month we've chosen the laundry supervisor, Imade Suwantana, and he's from Indonesia. He's been with us for about 11 years. And his little team down there do all the laundry. Recently we've rebuilt a lot of the equipment and put new equipment in and reorganised it, and he's very, very successfully managed the team and reorganised the whole operation of the linen, the guest services, crew, laundry, everything about that. He's been sort of the linchpin to make it all work. And the son, being the eldest, is the best apparently. The hotel director said, well, I was the youngest, I had 2 older sisters and life was hell. So I think your money's got it right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to propose a toast, and I'll ask Maria
actually, Captain. I don't mean to interrupt. Actually, I do. I brought a second microphone. Now, everyone, this is a very special cruise. Now, I don't know if you're aware, but Captain, this is actually his last voyage with us. And not just with us, but at the end of this voyage, he'll be concluding his whole illustrious career at sea and retiring when we get to his hometown of Auckland. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you, Captain. And so, for such a special occasion, I wanted to invite a few friends on stage as well as one very lovely lady here. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to the lady that keeps our captain's heart afloat, Mrs. Susan Scott. Now, I hope you don't mind, Captain, but I wanted to share a few things with our guests, just to recap your incredible career at sea. So our Captain John Scott has had 45 years of seagoing experience, both on cargo ships and passenger ships, from apprentice all the way through to captain. And what better place to retire your command than in Auckland, the city where you were born and where it all started. That's exactly what our captain has chosen to do this time around. Now, not only is he sailing in Australian and New Zealand waters, as he did many years ago as an apprentice with Union Steamship Company of New Zealand, but he has returned to do so on Holland America Line's MS Nordam. This is particularly poignant for John as he introduced this ship into service back in 2006. Before moving on to other ships in the fleet, he is the only non-Dutch captain to be given such an inaugural honour. Now, our Captain John was born in Browns Bay in Auckland on November 30th, 1954. He went to Campbell's Bay Primary School on Auckland's North Shore. His mother, Renee Scott, was a New Zealander from Morrinsville in the Waikato region, and his father, Gerald Scott, was an Englishman from Yorkshire who came out to New Zealand after the war. The proverbial suitcase and 10 pounds in his pocket sort of scenario, and Gerald Scott joined the Bank of New Zealand in Queen Street, Auckland, where he was later to meet John's mother. John's father rose steadily through the senior ranks at the Bank of New Zealand, which resulted in several different domestic and international postings, and as a result, John has also lived in Hastings, Suva, Wellington, Christchurch, London, and Tokyo. It was while sailing from Auckland to Suva on board the SS Orsova at the age of 9 that John decided he wanted to go to sea, rather than be a truck driver. John learned how to sail in Suva, and back in the days when you could, he would often go out for an early morning ride on the pilot boat before starting school. Returning to Wellington from Suva, John attended Wellington College, and he also joined the Britannia Sea Scouts, sailing and rowing in Evans Bay, Wellington. Now, he still has his Sea Scout scarf and a chest of almost antiques now.
More antiques.
Now, on 1st of January 1973, he joined the Union Steamship Company of New Zealand as an apprentice. And during his apprenticeship with the company, he sailed on a whole bunch of ships I can't pronounce. He completed his second mates in 1976 and his mates qualifications in 1979 at the Auckland Nautical School, which I think is now known as the New Zealand Maritime School. Yes. Very good. Absolutely. You put in a whole bunch of juicy stuff for me. Susan helped me out with this. Now, during that time, he spent as many weekends sailing and racing in Auckland's harbour, including the Anniversary Day races, and after his apprenticeship with the Union Steamship Company, he joined Cunard Steamship Company, working on various interesting ships and cargoes, then onto its passenger division, Cunard Line, where he ultimately became Chief Officer of the QE2. Now, he left Cunard Line and joined Holland America Line in 1995, and his first command was as relief captain of the newly built MS Veendam in 1996. He married his wife Susan the following year in 97, and they met while both serving in the Royal Naval Reserve at the HMS President in London. And just to finish off, Captain, I've just got one final question for you. Why is it that retirees don't mind being called seniors? There's usually a 10% discount with the term. Now, in all seriousness, Captain, we do have a glass here for you, and I would like to propose a toast to our Captain. They're coming around. Thank you. Actually. Wonderful, thank you. Now, Captain, here is to your sacrifice of time away from home, your dedication to the work that you have done, and for the incredible work you've allowed probably millions of people at this stage to journey to fantastic destinations around the world. Captain, here's to you. Would you all join me in one final big round of applause for our Captain John Scott?
Thank you very much. Apart from the fact you've stolen about half my Ask the Captain speech.
It's totally worth it to have you up here for one last time. So thank you all for joining us here for this very special occasion. We do have a show coming up in a few minutes, but thank you for all of our team in joining us here for one final celebration of our Captain's incredible career at sea.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Auckland. We are here on the bow for a very special event, and would you please put your hands together as we welcome out to the bow the last of the Now, Captain, enjoy your last call to the front of the ship.
Wow, thank you very much. Amazing. I never expected anything like this. But, thank you very much. It's a real special treat. Thank you.
So I'm very happy that I could be here to share this with you. But we have a couple of gifts for you as well. John, we picked out your favourite flowers.
Oh, that's nice.
No, these are for Mrs. Scott. And John, for you, we've got something special. Now, this wine decanter has quite a number of the ships that you have sailed on engraved onto the decanter.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah. All goes, we've got Symphony, Windsurf, even a lot of the Holland America ships as well. Wow. So I hope you've got room in your luggage.
Oh, it is. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been an amazing 47 years. Today is by far the most amazing day. I think my wife and Mr. Pels have got a lot to answer for. There's a lot of secrets going on. The biggest surprise of the day was my very good friend Stephen Jan. He was best man at our wedding, and also I was chief officer when I was second officer on banana boats. So he too can tell you how a proper banana should look, where the bend is in the right place, how many splines it should have, and what, if it's too sappy or it's got freezer burn. But the career has been amazing. The ship is amazing. To me, this is the best ship in the fleet, by far. I was slightly biased. I was in the shipyard when it was being built, and I was captain of it for 7 years, and I thought, this is pretty good. The last day on the last ship, in the port that I finished my apprenticeship, I finished my seagoing career, place I was born, and I thought this is a pretty good fitting way of doing it, the day before Valentine's Day for my wife. And but thank you very much, and I'm staggered that everybody has come, but it's been a real pleasure and an honour to work with you, so thank you very much.
Bye, Captain! Bye, Captain! Bye, Captain! Happy Go ahead.
And remember what peace there may be in silence. As far as possible without surrender, be on. shield you in sudden misfortune, but do not distress yourself with imaginings. Many fears are born of fatigue and loneliness, beyond a wholesome discipline. Be gentle with yourself.